Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage, we're by the pool with no one in it. That's kind of lonely. Last time we finished up the paralogue of the person whose outfit we're currently wearing, and unlocked their ability to be basically invincible. And this time, yes, I know there are glowing spots, but this time we have something important to do before we kick things off with continuing the main story, and that is... Clan just capped out his level, and I've had so much success with him in Mage Knight lately that I just kind of want to loop him back to Mage Knight. However, look at his stats as a hero. Like, that's actually pretty impressive, honestly. Like, heck, even as a warrior, those stats are pretty good. 27 strength and 31 speed is pretty nice. Pretty solid as a Wolf Knight too. Stats as a Wyvern are also pretty good. But yeah, I am going to loop him back into Mage Knight just because I like the way we've been going with that, and magic is generally pretty effective against most enemies from this point on. I also like the way that his outfit looks in Mage Knight. It's not often that if anything, I actually like Clan's Mage Knight class outfit more than his normal look, which is really rare. Speaking of reclasses though, I have no second seals left. But we're going to be getting more money soon, I just realized.
I thank you.
So I had this idea.
Do come again.
Yeah, Yunaka actually has cap resistance, which is interesting. Wolf Knight would not only boost her movement, it would also increase her build, strength, resistance, a lot of her best stats. It'll lower her defense, but she's already pretty flimsy in that regard anyway. It will get rid of pass and the doubled evasion from being in terrain, but we're going to have a slew of indoor maps from here on, where there's not a lot of terrain to take advantage of. The only thing I regret with this is I really like Yunaka's standard outfit, and let's just say I don't think Wolf Knight's outfit fits her. I mean, it looks actually pretty alright from just looking at it there, but if you look at it on the menus... Yeah, suddenly she's wearing this big pink getup that's just, I don't know, it doesn't really fit her in my opinion, also the giant wolf tail. But still, it's a pretty solid class, and her magic is actually not bad. If I remember correctly, I threw my spare Levin sword in the well because I didn't think I would need it. Whoops, okay. Because, yeah, her magic is actually not that bad, but, yep, I really shouldn't have done that. So for now, I'll just take a silver sword that I'm not using. Also, speaking of the item shop, Chapter 20 is the last Fog of War chapter in the main story. So it's time to break out our torches and Illume staves. However, Fog of War can still spawn during skirmishes, so they're not totally useless outside of this chapter. So no need to make sure you use them all now. I do have that goddess icon. Tamara's luck is weirdly not that good. Maybe she should take that. Silver corrupted there already, but no. We're heading past Destinia Cathedral to Ilusia Castle. After recovering 2 rings from Marnie and Morvia, the party reaches Ilusia Castle at last. This chapter has a cool name, but I do wish there were less chapters at this point that began with the word the. Slight spoilers, there is only one chapter left in the main story that doesn't begin with a the.
What?
Once again, Griss.exe has stopped responding, and I'm not sure why.
You let them take 2 of our rings?
Oh, that's why.
I apologize.
See, we figured if we stole a couple rings, you'd be proud of us.
There's no point stealing theirs if we keep losing ours, you morons!
I'm sorry, okay? But Lord Sombron will understand. We're his favorites after all. He's not gonna scold us for losing a couple rings.
No, it's not like he is totally reliant on them for his world domination plan or anything.
Marnie.
Yes? That hurt!
Wow, her voice acting was even more painful than I expected it to be. But yep, that is 2 times that Zephyr has smacked a child.
You should have done as I ordered. No more and no less. I cannot protect you this time.
Me? It's your fault we lost the Ring of the Holy Knight!
I was following Lady Vale's orders. Do you mean to suggest she is at fault?
Well, no, but...
I will not make excuses. If punishment is due, give it to me.
You.
Marnie was merely seeking your praise. I am to blame. I should have stopped her.
What a selfless display. To see you show care for a fellow hound. I'm touched. Or perhaps you fear what I'll do to Lady Vale if I'm angry. Alas, it's too late. I've already cast the spell.
What? You promised to wait until our return.
This is exactly why I said you shouldn't have trusted her.
I meant to, I really did. But then the defect awoke. I had no choice. And don't speak to me of promises. You have broken your vow to Lord Sombron. As the head of this family, I must punish my children when they misbehave.
Punish? What are you gonna do?
Marnie, run!
I don't think so.
Look at that. Both out cold. Seemed painful, too.
There was actually a moment like this in one of the Fire Emblem mangas, except that, let's just say that the victims of the spell were not just out cold.
Stop your salivating. You have work to do, and I'm leaving.
What should I do with them?
Oh, they'll come crawling back. They have nowhere to be but at my side.
Once again, abuse and gaslighting 101.
I trust you won't be distracted from the task I gave you. Even as they inflict pain upon you, pay attention. There mustn't be the slightest doubt.
I know. I've got to see if that loser is Lord Sombron's kid.
And yep, they're pretty much outright stating it now. Oh, that was cool.
Here we are. Ilusia Castle.
The art of every one of the castles in this world has been great.
Sombron is likely within those walls. Vale, too.
Because I love the fact they all have totally different architectural designs. You know, thinking about it, it does remind me a little bit of the way they did the castles in Tellius. It was similar.
Yes.
I hope she's safe. But there's a chance she'll face us as an enemy, not a friend. Be vigilant. At the first sign of danger, we should retreat.
Because the last time we got over our head in Ilusia, we lost all the rings.
What's wrong?
Those words. They're Marth's. That's what he told me at Distinia Cathedral before I lost him. We still haven't recovered from our defeat that day. What if it happens again?
It won't. We're stronger than ever before.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You've really stepped into your role of divinity.
You really think so?
Yes. That's why I know we'll get the emblems back.
That's the highest praise you could give me. Let's go. Is Ilusia Castle usually this quiet?
No. I would at least expect royal soldiers to be standing guard.
Maybe Sombron dealt with them.
You mean, turn them into the corrupted?
No.
Who needs those boring soldiers when you can have me?
Griss.
Been a while, Divine One. Welcome. You must be tired after that long journey. Oh, and look, the long-lost princess. Got homesick, huh? I gotta hand it to you. 2 more rings in your pocket. Not bad. But for the complete set, you'll need more. Like this one.
The Ring of the Caring Princess!
It's the real deal, too. I'll prove it.
Celica!
I'll give her back. All you gotta do is beat me.
What is this?
Nothing. What, you think Lord Sombron's gonna show up?
It's one against many. We'll crush you.
You know just what to say. Relax. No one's coming. If I'm wrong, I'll bite off my tongue and choke on my blood.
Is that a line in this game's ESRB rating description? Because I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
What is this about?
You want answers. You'll have to whack 'em out of me.
Fine. I don't know what you're after, but we won't let this chance pass us by. Get ready, Griss. We'll make you give back that ring.
Now you're talking. Make me, dragon. Tear me limb from limb from limb.
Except if we do that, you'd probably be dead before you could talk, so that would be counterproductive. Welcome to Ilusia Castle and to Fog. The Fog hides quite a lot of dangerous enemies around here. We've got Mage Knights, we've got Silver Great Axe Warriors, yep, that's a thing that they're throwing at us. We've got this guy in the middle who has an Entrap Staff. That's A-ranked, but it's a reverse rescue staff. It warps an enemy adjacent, well, is it? Yeah, it warps an enemy adjacent to you. So I want to make sure that I don't let him use that too much, because I need to have, unless it gets restored to full uses when you take it back, but still, like, this is quite a useful staff to have, especially with Micaiah. She can yoink several enemies at once. You can only see some more cavalry enemies. Oh, that's a human Ilusian soldier. Interesting. They're not all corrupted. Kind of forgot about that. Got quite a few chests over here. And we have... Okay, you're not a status staff user, neither of you. We even have some halberdiers here, which is like... I still wish you got a playable halberdier. But we also have Griss himself. And he has Celica's Ragnarok tome, along with Seraphim, Recover, and Excalibur, which is an A-ranked wind tome. Now, if you look at his skills here, instead of Warp Ragnarok, he has the reverse, Ragnarok Warp, which is used to attack with Ragnarok and then warp somewhere else. So, this is the gimmick of this map. Griss is going to be warping all over the place, and we're going to have to chase him down. However, if you manage to take down Griss's first health bar, he will stop warping. And that's what I want to do as soon as possible. Now, if I'm lucky, I can actually do that on the first turn, but it depends on where he teleports, because it is random, I believe. I've got a Killer Axe Warrior. It seems like everyone's trying to rip off Amber right now. I'm going to go to inventory later, but in terms of Emblem rings as well, I realized that I forgot to use Sigurd last chapter. Huh, now that you're technically considered cavalry, I could give you Sigurd, because that'll give you even more movement with Gallop. You'll suddenly get ridiculous movement. Not that it'll be really that much of a help on a Fog of War map. Also have to remember to re-equip Roy, since we just did his paralog.
Roy!
Ready!
I was originally having an idea to use Sigurd with Tamara, because Tamara makes surprisingly good use of him. Sigurd gives build, which she needs, and he also gives dexterity and defense. And Tamara has the defenses to kind of charge into a bunch of enemies with Sigurd. So that's a possibility too. Suppose if I did that, I'd have to give Leaf to Yunaka or something, who actually does have Bond 8 with him. You know, this being Fog of War, I think I will actually go with Sigurd on Tamara.
Sigurd!
I am ready.
And Yunaka with Leaf.
Leaf!
To battle!
And there's a lot of very deadly enemies lurking inside the fog. You've got to be really careful how you advance here. Oh, we can only bring 11 units. I was just like, wait a minute, why does everyone but Cedal have an emblem? I only have 10 emblems, but for some reason we're only allowed to bring 11 here. So that means I do have to leave someone out, which sucks. And you know what though, Anna really, she got a complete workout in the last map. She can afford to miss out on experience here. You do typically want at least one mage in every group. And I'll put Amber over in this group, so this way they have a powerful physical attacker. And then somebody in either group will take a torch, which will be Alchrist and I guess Yunaka? And I think these positions look good. So again, it is random where Griss goes.
Let's keep the fun going. I'm gonna make you work for it.
Because he won't really make us work for it if I get lucky. So there he goes.
He vanished. Griss must be using Emblem Celica's power. He's probably hiding in the shadows. Be careful, everyone.
So, Griss could potentially be around here, or around here. And if he's in either of those spots, there's a chance I might be able to take out his first health bar, like, right now. First things first,
No
though,
mistakes.
I have heard that using Engage with
Emblem,
Micaiah
engage.
and using Illume is hilarious. I don't know exactly how this works, but let me just try. I've seen footage of this in Chapter 6, and it lights up almost the whole map. Yep, that's a lot of light. Aha! Griss is here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like, look at this. This lights up, like, almost everything. I don't really know how that works exactly, but yeah, it's apparently a function of using Illume with Micaiah. So, Griss being there,
Sounds perfect.
that means
Here comes Amber.
that if I play my cards, and play my cards right, I mean do this. Okay, this honestly feels a bit cheap, but it's kind of what happens when you use Micaiah and Illume to scout Griss out before going in. Because if I do this, I'm not actually going to have to deal with this map's gimmick at all.
So what's the plan? You gonna stab me, mash me, shred me to ribbons?
No, I'm going to shoot you with a longbow.
All right.
Oh, Sally, you're all fired up, aren't you? Let loose! This feels good. So good. I'm gonna kill you. All of you! Tired of playing hide and seek? Me too. Let's get vicious.
So, yeah, he got bored of hide and seek way too quickly that time, but that's kind of what happens when you, scout him out that early. See, again, like, I feel a little bad at doing that, just because the main gimmick of this map is that Griss will attack you from the shadows and then warp away, and you'll have to deal with him a lot, and it's really annoying. But if you're able to take out his first health bar on turn 1, which I highly recommend doing on Maddening, it is random where he teleports to at the start, so he might be on the other side. I think he's always at least on the side, on one of, like, the sides of you at the start of the map. Like, I don't 100% know the exact, exactly where he can be, but I do know that it's different every time.
Is it strange that I'm fighting?
Well, yes, but we've kind of got past that point now. And this music will go away eventually, don't worry. Speaking of don't worry...
The Divine Dragon looked right at me.
I feel like you should be long past that phase by now, clan. Just trying to think who goes in.
As you wish.
I suppose no harm in just chipping you with a longbow a little bit. Yeah, I'm still like, a lot of people do like the 4 Hounds theme. I'm really not the biggest fan of it. It's just definitely not one of my favorite songs, and that was not quite enough. Is that going to be? Nope, that's not enough either. Well, in that case, I can use a combination of Lapis and Lily, I think. Yeah, you've always got to be very, like, if you don't do this insane Micaiah Illume trick, you need to be a little careful about where you move on this map, because otherwise you can end up, let's see, none of you have armor, well, if you had armor slayers, I would know. That's a silver blade, though. They've also got that run-through skill that Swordmasters have. Since I don't really like Swordmaster as a class, I don't really deal with that skill all that much in terms of on my own side. But it lets them attack and then move through you, which has its applications.
Ciao.
I did kind of want to engage here, though. What I was saying is,
Strength and victory.
if you haven't, like, illuminated everything with Micaiah, you do need to be very, very careful, because there are, like, for example, there are Mage Knights in places where you might least expect, especially on Maddening. There are a lot of Mage Knights on Maddening. So, yeah, be very careful. Sucks that Tamara is exactly one-rounding with you having a flashing Fist-Star, which means that she needs that +5 damage to do that.
I will protect you.
I do have Canter. You are just a regular corrupted cavalry. Suppose I can go there. I know there's, I definitely know where most of the enemies are now.
The choice is yours.
Which direction does Seedol go in, though?
I can fight.
Suppose I can send Alear down in that direction. See, I already have Jean over there, so maybe it's probably for the best if I have Seedol go the other way, just so that both sides have refresh support. I think when I played this on Maddening, I sent everyone down one direction, though. Of course, we also have the possibility of Ivy rewarping. Yep, that is... Okay, good, dodge, yeah. You gotta be... This is why rushing in with Sigurd is not the greatest of ideas, especially on Maddening. There's a whole bunch of enemies in there on Maddening. I don't think I even saw you. Oh, well, nice. You're actually doing solid damage to even Great Knight with Sandstorm. But yeah, I don't think I actually saw that one. So yeah, you're not really revealing everything with Ivy. Okay, good. But yeah, you needed Sandstorm to actually do damage there. Yeah, there were definitely a few things out of range. That, oh, those are thieves. They're not going to be a threat to me combat-wise. But, yeah, that entrap stuff. Generally speaking, anybody who gets entrapped into the center is usually dead due to a combination of, like, a lot of mage knights and a lot of other things.
Ready
but okay.
for a fight.
So, can I kind of doubt it. I would really, really like that to die. But that's not really gonna be that easy to do. You don't have a... Okay, you have a shielding art. Yeah, the exact opposite of flashing fist art, basically. But okay, there's a whole bunch of enemies in the center that I probably should try and deal with before anything else.
Won't you join
Okay,
me?
there is surplus Emblem energy. Oh, except I might not even need to use Twin Strike. I can just use this and not kill you. But, can I kill you with... Can I kill you? Yes, I can. Okay, well, let's kill you.
I'll help.
This is why I said that, like, Erica with Siglind, I'm not entirely sure how it's pronounced. But it's basically a delete one enemy button. Because most things at this point are corrupted. It's kind of cool there are non-corrupted at some points in this map, though. Let's... I like how it still shows, like, the no sign over their weapon, even though both this and the Hellfire would one round you.
Strength of the stewards.
Okay, that's you done. Oh yeah, I get my level +5 if I engage with Roy.
Emblem.
Unfortunately, I'm not quite at 1 extra turn of engage, because, like, with the whole level +5 thing, basically being engaged with Roy gets you, yeah, being engaged with Roy, for an extra turn, that's worth a lot. And unfortunately, with Advance, I'm not allowed to, like... Even though moving 1 space forward would let me attack that Lance enemy, it has to be like a... Like, you have to advance 1 space forward and then attack. It's got to kind of be, like, directly in front of you. You can't advance and then attack something from the side.
I have faith in the goodness of humankind.
Now, I kind of feel like maybe... This does feel like a bit of a waste of Micaiah's engage, but...
Why do you attempt to throw away your life?
That's actually a great way to say that. It's kind of like the duality of engage quotes. For some characters, still, yeah, that's... If I Sandstorm, though, that will probably die. Just the thing, it's like, can I afford to... Because I really, really do need this Sword Master to die. I don't know if anyone else in the B team can deal with it right now. Because Tamara is not going to take out that Paladin without getting lucky with, or Great Knight, without getting lucky with her... Unless she uses, like, Rider's Bane. Oh, she actually can take that out with the Rider's Bane. It's more as like, is anybody at risk with that? And because my clan is so ridiculous, he is actually, doubling enemy Sword Masters. I mean, that thing admittedly has a blade, but still. And I have not even used Corrin yet. Although, hang on.
Emblem, engage!
I think I remember doing this in one of my playthroughs. Astra Storming the Entrap enemy. Now, at least one Luna, and I'm probably good. If I don't, then maybe Tamara can finish. Unless that... Oh, no, I got one Luna, but that wasn't enough. Okay. So like I said, Tamara can finish, but that's assuming that you don't just kill somebody here. You can only attack Lapis and Ivy. And Ivy actually has pretty good defense, so probably more worth it for me to go for the Entrap, just to ensure that that's gone. And she sandstormed anyway.
There is nothing to fear.
That's fear itself. I haven't said that in a long time, so I can afford to say that now. I don't know, I may need that from the convoy later. Also, the interrupting boss thing will be over soon, don't worry. So we've got... Yeah, we do need to hurry a little bit. The fact that there's like thief time pressure and also fog on this map is, that can be a little rough to deal with. I distinctly remember that I think I rushed too far ahead with Jean in one playthrough and he died. So let's not have that happen, shall we? Or let's... How about I Alear Chain Guard? Yep, the thieves are just heading to the chest. And they've gone into darkness, so I think I need to use another Illume with Ivy. Oh, yep, going for that break there. There shouldn't be anything else in range of Lapis right now.
Watch out!
Oh, actually, does that? Oh, I get broken. That was a terrible idea. Please don't die, Jean. He might act... Nope, that enemy didn't even move. It was in range of him. And the AI, I'm pretty sure, cheats in Fog of War in this game. So it was definitely able to see him. Okay, that's a little confusing. Let's just smack you down. And finally, the music has gone like heroic again. Because we're not even fighting Griss anymore. And we will not be until the very end of this map. Leaf hasn't really done much for her at this point, but I'm surprised I've only attacked like 200 times just now. You know what?
Emblem, engage!
I don't know if this is like the most productive use of this, but I'm just gonna go for Great Ether. I can spoil now, though, that this is the last time we'll be hearing, Faraway Eternal Holy Land. The next main story chapters will be using different music. Because this is sort of the last chapter of this mini-act of the game. I want you, Wolf Knight, to go towards Amber, obviously. So if I were to use Illume here... Yeah, I think what's happening is it's casting Illume on every tile adjacent to yourself. But still, that wouldn't explain why it just revealed that freaking much of the map. I think the mini-map there does show those tiles that are sort of colored differently. Those are still fog. Whereas all this area up here is not fog. So I can see pretty much everything ahead on this side.
They're strong.
However, I should probably heal you before I go in. Do I have any... I don't really have any healers, though, on this side. Yeah, let's just use Clan to finish you off. I was going to use Alcris, but he's already almost max level. Don't really want him to be hitting the cap in the middle of a chapter. Okay, got a little bit of healing there with face touching. Yes, I will always call it that. Don't really want you to get in range of that axe, though. I mean, admittedly, Lapis does have... Although, yeah, these thieves hit really hard. Like, they're not really gonna attack you, actively attack you, but they are going to do a lot of damage if you hit them, so... I don't really want Tamara to get poisoned either. If if I were to advance with Lapis. Wow, 92 hit on Lapis as well. That's a lot. If I use the Great Lance, I get poisoned. Unless I use Override. This is a weird use of Override, but, like, it means that I get to attack and kill this thief without getting poisoned. Also, suddenly Tamara gets a horse. I wonder if she'd enjoy that. I don't know. She's probably gone horseback riding at least some point in her life, and it probably was, it probably led to insanity. Okay, they do have Pincer Strike, so they'll get guaranteed doubling if they're flanking. 41 attack power, too. And you just keep on moving in. I've also got the doubles to use. See, also at this point, you normally need to deal with Griss being, like, around here, and sometimes he can attack you when you least expect it. If I call the doubles there, though, it's gonna lure the Wolf Knight to them, and I want the Wolf Knight to attack Amber and get Great Ethered. Okay. Okay, I think she may have actually died if that was a miss, so I should stop getting cocky here. Also, yep, there's a few enemies moving around in the darkness that I can't see, because I used Illum on, when I was very far to one side. I probably should have used it more in the middle, but there was a Wolf Knight in the middle. I wanted it to get lured towards Amber. We'll see where that Wolf Knight goes. Come on, Mr. Wolf Knight. Show me what time it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's dead now. It's time to die. That's what time it is for Mr. Wolf. That's what I was hoping would happen. Yep. Now all three of those are probably dead.
Out of my way.
I mean, maybe not the Paladins, but definitely the Wolf Knight. Nope, the Paladins are dead too, because Amber. And that's Amber for you. That should be his quote when engaged with a certain DLC emblem. Yeah, he should be the one who's saying, that's me for you. Yeah, it's one of those varied, like, emblem quotes. There's, Anyway, I'll get to that one a lot later. Oh, that's cool. Well, actually, it only kills if I get the chain attack hit.
I'll help!
And I did not! Oh, but I crit, okay!
We have you all to thank for this.
No, we literally don't have you all to thank for this, because you won that on your own when Tamara's chain attack fails. Again, oh, Ivy's my healer on this side. Which is a little bit, not exactly the best. I prefer using Ivy for other things, but that is kind of the thing with Ivy. Like, you sort of have to focus, like, either her build on magic offense or staff utility. Oh, right, Illum is still active, which means I can see you three. Oh, I would have loved to have used, Great Ether on them, come to think of it. Because there's the Peshkart, which is one range here, despite it being, like, the second best 2-range knife in Radiant Dawn. There are two very strong Great Axe users up there. I can't even really... Okay, you know what? Now might be time to use the doubles. That, or I send in Louis, because his defense is pretty good. Even still, he's taking, like, 30 from that. Louis probably better served in the middle against those Wolf Knights, because he can't really take much damage from them. I think that is what I will do here. Okay, that would be... Okay, level 22. He's getting closer and closer to having the the class skill of dancers. I don't know if these Wolf Knights actually fall for baiting or not. I feel like in one of my earlier attempts of this chapter... Well, not earlier attempts, but, you know, you get the idea. I feel like they didn't move until I got near Griss. 103 avoid. Oh, actually, you can't hit Tamara when she's in here. So, hopefully, I'm safe to have her go in here, but not really sure I'd like the chances of her getting hit there. And Lapis is, in fact, poisoned now. It's probably better if I lure you into clan, now that I think about it, and just wait to provoke the other ones until later. No need to get too cocky here. There's no rush or anything. It's not like we're speedrunning.
I'll do it.
I'm glad, though, that Lapis has Although that one didn't... Okay, no, I think the only reason it didn't move in is because Tamara was blocking, like, yeah, only one of them could get into Tamara. So let's just, I still love that part of the song. But the weird thing is that instead of, like, because I know that there are actual lyrics to that part of the song. It's the part of, like the stories from the ages. But in my head, I keep hearing it as something like, for some reason, like, Straight to the Top, I Know You'll See It, which is Endless Possibility from Sonic Unleashed. I don't know why. Oh, yep, they were all swords. I was like, for a second, like, should I use it? Because I was just thinking, like, if I used a sword, then, you know, there could possibly be a lance user in there who would break me. So it was kind of like a 50-50 shot, and it turned out they had swords. They Aladdined me, essentially. And yet, as I assumed, these ones aren't actually moving in. Oh, because Griss actually has... Right, he can move. Cannot actually double that one. Oh yeah, not even Yunaka. So actually, so I can actually tell a story about my Maddening playthrough. So on Maddening, at this point, Kagetsu, yes, Kagetsu, of all people, was having trouble doubling enemies. So don't feel bad if, like, you can't double a lot of these Swordmasters, because, yeah, on Maddening, I actually had issues doubling with freaking Kagetsu, of all people. I actually had to give Kagetsu Lin on Maddening, because it was the only way he could double things. Which is actually really insane when you think about it. Now, I do need to stop that thief, obviously, but... Okay, let's get you in here. I was about to say I trust Amber to not die even to a crit, but I don't know if I can. Oh, there's a Swordmaster there. So yeah, this is the... Oh, it's near Jean. And, oh, I can't chain guard. But Jean doesn't get doubled, so I'm probably okay. Or I can, you know, bait him into Alear. So, okay, right, you didn't even move in. 45 attack. How much HP am I getting from Corrin? 15. Okay, I did use a Seraph Robe on him before, and I... Okay, yeah, just barely enough. See, like, the enemy strength is definitely starting to get up to my level, even though I had done a lot of paralogs. I have been worried that I've been over-leveled lately. But it's just generally, like, how I like to do this. It's actually one of the kind of problems that I have with Engage, is that the paralogs are very backloaded, if that makes sense. Like, the way that the paralogs are handled, you end up encountering a lot of paralogs towards the very, like, late game. So, the late chapters are just kind of, like, lots and lots of paralogs. So, so if you want to, like, do all the paralogs in a timely manner and actually get the Emblem's abilities at, like, a decent level, nice one.
I need to get stronger until no one...
Though you did kind of rob Lapis of the kill there, but still. Yeah, like, by endgame...
Of course.
Things... I hope... Oh, there's a torch I could light here. Not that I really need it. But it's like, I'm just a little worried that, like, I don't know. I hope you're still... I don't want to be saying I hope you still find this playthrough enjoyable, but it's just like, I'm just worried that all of the paralogs at this point can be a little bit of a turn-off, but it is legitimately an issue that I have with Engage, and the way that it handles paralogs. I wish they were a little bit more spread out. I understand why they're handled this way, though. Just because, like, you're gradually getting the emblems back. It's kind of one of the reasons why some people would prefer if the paralogs weren't tied to emblems. But, like, to me, there's pros and cons either way. Now, I don't want Griss to come running towards me. And I hope that Amber will be able to reach and Great Axe the Thief before it runs. Because by the time the thieves get up here, they are very close to being home free, escape-wise.
For the Divine Dragon!
Okay?
The strength of the stew.
No, the Mage Knight crit animation with swords isn't really all that great. It's definitely no Nomadic Trooper critting with swords. That's great. And yeah, again, like, Fog of War chapters in Engage just have this tendency to hide enemies in little nooks and crannies where you can't see them. And the gimmick of this map is that Griss is hidden in nooks and crannies. But I was able to successfully hunt him down before that could happen. Now, I really wish that I could have equipped like a corrupted effective weapon, but I couldn't do that. I would have had to have gone into melee, and then Griss would have aggroed, I think. At least you hopefully die. Yeah, that looked very much like a. I feel like. So I think in this game, characters do have slightly different battle animations if they're gonna deliver a killing blow. But it's not quite as obvious as with, like, Fire Emblem Fates. Like, in Fates, I learned to dread the Berserker kill animation, because usually that was, like, a sign that somebody was gonna die. Well, I mean, literally, it was a sign somebody was gonna die, because if you saw that animation, somebody was dead, but... Yeah, like, I really learned to dread seeing that animation. I can one-shot even with Ragnar. Aha! Irvan does it, and means I don't get poisoned because I strike first. It's funny, like, the Silver Great Axe has been so good, I haven't needed to use Irvan
You'll
much.
get no sympathy from me.
But it's still a good weapon. And thankfully we get everything that he dropped. The Brave Bow, as I've mentioned before, I think, is kind of nice to use with Erica. I may need to use an Alear Bondage Shield. Because, yes, Jean will be able to one-round the Berserker, but, he can't afford to take on the... Okay. Good on you, Jean. You know how to use your fireball against his everything. In fact, hang on a second.
Emblem, engage!
Have I ever seen what Leaf looks like with Yunaka? I think I might have. I can kill you with quadruple hit. I mean, it still means that there's an enemy left, but... Oh, but you could crit Jean, whereas you're not going to crit Jean. Okay. Yeah, in that case... Yeah, the sad thing is the Swordmaster is less of a threat.
You're dead.
Okay, that's a cool crit animation, though.
Nailed it.
It's like the wolf going full Sonic the Hedgehog. Isn't, like, Fang the Sniper kind of a wolf? Sort of? I forget what creature he's actually meant to be. I think it keeps changing. Because he was called Knack the Weasel in one version, but I think that was wrong. And I suppose, yeah, since you're going to tink me anyway, I can afford to use the Great Lance.
Was that sufficient?
As I've said in Sigurd's Paralog, Louis still putting in work even now. Don't like there's one more if you left, though. Okay, I do have Cedar. How about we loot these, though, because the thief never even got here. Silver Blade, nice. That's especially fun when used with Saline and Marth, if we had him. That is very shaky accuracy, though. I think Alchrist actually doubles. Well, that was... Yeah, I feel bad for using, Time Crystal like this, but, you know, it saves time, because this is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. Dance for Alchrist, and now Alchrist can go ahead and hit you with, yeah, it's another situation where I need to, like, either crit or get Luna. I'm gonna go for the crits this time. Okay, I got 2 Lunas but no crits, and I believe that's actually not quite enough. Okay, apparently you can't actually attack Jean. But that's not quite enough for Ivy to finish you with Thunder, I think. Oh, no, it is, it is. Of course, Ivy is gonna get doubled if I miss. And that's a stiletto, so you do have a solid amount of crit, I think. And Ivy's luck is bad. You know, I don't really want to attempt that. I actually think I'm fine where I am, because neither of you are really much of a threat to anyone who's in that area. Now, I'm almost positive that Halberdier is not going to get baited in.
I'm here, Divine One.
We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty positive it's not going to. And rescue, okay. So I didn't need to worry about, like, I was worried one of those would be a, oh, you attacked Amber anyway. Because you're prioritizing break. Amber's like, why? I would have one-shotted you. Oh no, you did take the bait. Okay. Because you do a lot of damage to Lapis. Is that gonna mean Griss runs over there? I suppose we'll see. Well, that was inevitable. And that was Iron Miss. Oh yeah, he's going. And he's approaching Louis. Right, interesting. Let me just see a quick preview. Yep, Louis is insanely dead if I do that. So, like, technically I can just end Griss and finish this, but okay. You, once more, have fallen victim to dying to Tamara thanks to Flashing Fist art.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah, I suppose I can cancel next to you so that I get chain attack. Oh yeah, watch out for your flyers, even Ivy, because Excalibur does hurt them quite a bit. Oh, that requires the chain attack to hit, so I suppose it's probably better if I invert my targets here and have Ivy go for the one closer to Clan.
Me first!
Because this is basically guaranteed. And then have Clan fight the other one. Because that should be a, this should be one rounding. Yeah, 29 times 2 should be enough.
I'll help!
Yep, definitely enough. Like how we can see the chandelier here. And now you have reached your second level of your next loop of the class. Oh, and I have Bond 20 with Corrin and Clan. Right. And okay, good. Now I can, no, apparently? Oh, it's because I don't double you with the Silver Sword because of the +5 speed from your weapon. That's interesting to know. Yeah, now theoretically Lapis could have died there if I missed one of those and the enemy had hit, which it did. So that was probably getting a little too cocky. There we go, we have Strong Bond now. So Griss is a thing. I'm not even sure how, oh yeah, he has this, by the way. So you're taking 50% of the damage you deal back to yourself. So ironically, Griss kind of turns you into a masochist. He's not gonna he's not gonna kill Algrist, is he? Oh wait, no, I only die because of the counter damage. So if I'm at full health, I don't die. But yeah, you have to watch out for that counter damage. Oh, I'm just having horrible flashbacks to, I was playing, like, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest earlier this year, and, I had Xander die to literally the last enemy on the map because I forgot it had counter, and I had to restart the entire chapter because, again, because I forgot.
Here we go.
I think it was Shura as well, the boss. In that map, but I was just like, oh yeah, Xander's gonna finish this, and then counter, and then Xander dies, and then I have to restart the whole thing.
Emblem?
See, the thing about, like speaking of counter, though, so the thing about Griss is that it's not, I believe, I mean, it says if a non-corrupted attacks this unit, so maybe it is only if you're attacking him. Please don't kill Tamara. I don't think he'll kill Tamara, but I mean, I can heal with Ivy. And on full health, Tamara's probably going to live. So, yeah, let's see. Sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit here, but yeah, like, it is the whole counter thing in Awakening and sometimes Fates where, like, if an enemy just... No, I think in Fates, counter only works if the enemy initiates combat, although I could be wrong about that too.
Still good.
But basically it's that thing of the enemy essentially provoking forced suicide on your characters by running into them in melee range with a counter person, and then you hit them and then trip counter and die. Okay, hi there. Thank you for not critting. It also kind of fits Griss's masochistic tendencies, the fact that he's, Oh, he used Echo! I am so glad you missed the first time. I forgot that he could do that. Yeah, that is actually really scary. Maybe that's the thing that he's gained, the benefit that he's getting for, Yeah, wow, that was only 50% damage. Well, 60% damage, technically, but... Okay, that was actually kind of bad on my part. I should have realized
Just a scratch?
that was a thing. Also, no, I mean, Amber doesn't actually die to that. Let's start... You know what? Let's engage. Just...
Quick change!
Why not? Oh, wait. I actually die. Yeah, see, that's really interesting. She dies if he uses a stronger weapon because of the counter effect. Yes, he is Unholy Stance. It's kind of a cool idea for a boss fight. It's kind of annoying that this is, well, I mean, spoilers, but, I suppose I can just say it. This is the last time we fight Griss with Celica. And it looks like the Unholy Stance doesn't trigger if you finish your health bar, which makes sense. Because I'm pretty sure counter in, like, Awakening and Fates didn't trigger if you, if the enemy died. Of course, I can snipe you with a longbow. That might actually be useful. But before I do that, I'm gonna use Clan's Engage just to make things a little more guaranteed. Even though I've definitely got this anyway. Like, Amber can just literally run in and just win now, I think. But just like Griss, I kind of want to have a little bit of fun before we end this.
Emblem, engage!
Barely any damage, but I still do freeze you. And Draconic Hex. Although, if anything, I kind of need Alcrest to do this because I need him to level up really soon. Because I just want him to... I want to be able to second seal him. I am so glad neither of those Lunas were crits. This has just been a day of near-death experiences for Alcrest. Because, like, you see what would have happened there. Alcrest probably would have died if he had got a Luna crit there. It's just, that's a thing with that Unholy Stance you need to watch out for. Like, be careful of skills that can... For example, Tamara would have been a terrible idea. Because if she Sandstorms, she would all of a sudden take insane amounts of damage. But yeah, I can... Yeah, let's just Astral Storm.
By my hand!
Alcrest has just become the slayer of very strong mages.
Exquisite.
Even if he doesn't level up from this, I'll probably be able to...
That's the good stuff right there.
I'll probably be able to finish off his level in the... Literally one off in the arena. And we have Excalibur now. I didn't even use that torch. Okay, Louis and Erica got MVP that time. Rare time that the spotlight's been taken from Amber. But now... a very important scene.
The ring! We got it back! What are you laughing at?
Me? Nothing. Better summon her. Want to free her from Lord Sombron's power, don't you?
I know. Care for us. Emblem of Echoes!
I thank you.
Emblem Celica. It's such a relief to have you back again.
Oh man, ain't this whole thing just a laugh riot? Zephyr, that little hunch of yours was so dead on!
I think it's clear you've lost your mind.
Look at you acting all high and mighty. It's clear you've lost your mind. Yeah, that's cute. The real question is, have you lost yours? You're playing up this whole thing like you're a god, but you're fighting on the wrong side. Why are you staring at me with that stupid look on your face? You think you're a divine dragon? Let me set you straight. You are the child of the Fell Dragon!
I am his child? No, but... how?